Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode we're going to look at just a few of the changes that happened to the experimental server recently, including a brand new character, and we're going to try out an AI game and test out some of the combos with it. So the first thing I wanted to show you is actually not related to any of that at all, and it's a feature that's not fully implemented. It doesn't currently function. I've tried clicking it before and you've seen me do so, but I just wanted to show off the sandbox. So the sandbox is something that people have been asking for, and it's essentially just a way to play around, to test things out, and hopefully this will be implemented in the future. But the most important thing out of all of this, there's only one thing you can do at the moment, which is these two buttons, so spawn target and reset the board, but I just wanted to show you the spawn target. This here is the target. It is Maximus, and it's Maximus having been carved out of foam and had a face drawn on and little circles drawn on his guns. This might be my favourite model in all of Moonbreaker right now. I think it looks fantastic. That face is incredible, and I said to someone earlier I would pay good money for this to actually be my Maximus skin. I love it. Can't wait to see more of this. This feature looks like it's going to be awesome. Nothing else works, but you can just make yourself a little toy Maximus. So that's all there is on that one. I think it's great. I want to see more of that, and hopefully you guys do too, and we'll see a bit more of it in the future. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the screen, and the first thing I'm going to look at is the unit screen, because there's something else changed on here as well. So this all looks perfectly normal. You've got all your units, all that sort of thing, but what we've also got here is we can sort through loads of different categories now. So we've got alphabetical, which is what we had before, cinder cost, and that was what we previously had, which is now leadership cost. We've now got attack, health, cinder generation, level and rarity we did have as well, but they weren't like functional ones, they were more just sort of for interest. They worked, but it's not something that's useful for building a list. So we've actually got a few extra sections on there, but even if we sort it, say by health, we can't see what it is on this screen. However, if you go to rosters, and we're going to start a new roster, we're going to start with Astra, click on here, and this is the new screen we get, and this is great. So you can see the cinder generation at the top right, you can see the leadership cost here, and honestly this is a really clean way of doing it. Personally, I feel like a lot of these details stand over the top of some of the models, like Antios's head is hidden there. We've got things like, some of them just go too far to either side like this, but it's a really interesting tool, and it's a huge improvement on what we've already got, so I can't wait. Now, the last thing I want to try out in this, most of all, is Crash. So Crash is a new unit. He's been in the game for a couple of days, but I've not used him yet, and he's only on the experimental server, and Crash looks fantastic. So we've got sort of wrecking balls, a little robot thing, there's some sort of AI going on here, some sort of electrical torture device, and a big sort of robot here, because I believe, from what I understand from what other people have told me, Crash doesn't want to hit things, he's just being made to by the electronics, which hopefully we'll find out from some voice lines. Now, Crash himself is 7 leadership, so that takes more than 2 full turns of waiting to get him on the battlefield. There's so much you have to put into that. Next up though is the rest of his information here. So 3 attack and 10 health, pretty great, pretty good stats all in all, but most importantly here we have got Wreck It. All touching units, so attack all touching units, then permanently gain +1 attack and lose 1 health. This sounds really interesting to me, and the thing that I'm interested about is the phrasing attack, because I'm not entirely sure if this counts as an actual attack, then pummel should work as well. So that is absolutely what we're going to be trying in this video. So we're going to sort this by leadership cost, and the first thing we're going to bring in is Drum Dancer Slowly. Now it says here you lose 1 health. Now I believe this wording is going to be changed, because you lose 1 health, not lose 1 maximum health, so it should really be sort of take 1 damage. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in Stitchy, just to add to that. And then we need some cinder generation in this list. By all means, we really do. So, what works best for cinder generation fairly early on? We're going to want something like Crankbait. We're just sticking things like Toner Mystic Manteo, but before that, Neck Divine is going to be great here, healing up Crash as well. And do we have... where are we looking? I've lost toners there we go. So a couple of other things I'm going to add into here as well. I'm going to add in Flurry, because wherever I can find Flurry, there we go. Because this deals damage to all touching units, so potentially you could hit Flurry as well, which could damage another thing again, and we can set up more and more chains of damage, which is absolutely something I really want to do. And I'm not sure whether or not it gets attacked back, so what I'm going to do is stick the defense dome in just to be on the safe side. Other than that, not really much I want to do. Stick some rear safeguard in, keep us alive. We're only going to try this out versus AI and just see how this works out. And just look for something else low down that gives us a bit of cinder generation. Ideally it'd be something with a bit of movement, but Quetzali is way too far out of our price range here. So let's just go with Snarling. It doesn't generate anything, but let's go Torian. Torian can keep us safe. So we're just going to take this list, we're going to run into a AI game and see if we can pull off some new combos with Crash. So if you like the video, please go ahead and hit that like button. It really does mean a lot to me. Subscribe to the channel if you can. I would love to see if we can hit 200 subscribers shortly after the new content comes out. I'm really keen for it. Hopefully you are too. And if you want to drop a comment down, let me know what you want to try out with Crash. I'm very excited to see where this goes. And last of all, if you want to support us, there's also the Patreon, and that is something that is the best way to support me. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy a game and see what we can work out with Crash. So, hopefully this is just a little bit of a slow loading time here, because so far nothing has happened. But what I'm hoping to do is, because Crash is going to take a bit of time to play, we generate 3 leadership per turn, and the other thing that we're going to be doing is basically starting out with 5. Ooh, oh, it's here. I forgot where everything was located. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to move forward, take a pot shot. Didn't see what it was anyway, what the chance was. And this time I'm just going to play Tlali over here. And because there's no reason not to, I'm going to grow a Cinder in here. And that is going to be the end of our turn. We can play other things, but we're saving it all for playing Crash next turn for the big 7 leadership. And then we're going to have some fun. Because the following turn, we can start doing these. Okay, so the AI is actually understanding what to do with the grab disc now, which is interesting, because it didn't do before. And really getting a bit of use out of it. Interestingly enough, we might be able to get a kill here. So, we can get onto Tlali, so can we get this shot? If we hit this shot onto Tlali, we're in a good spot. Okay, we do, that's perfect. So we're going to Battle Frenzy ourselves, move in here and kill this. Maybe I should have actually considered trying to move here to pull this out, because now we're going to take enough damage to kill this unless we deploy something big and scary. So given that we've got 10 health, I think we just deploy big and scary. I should have kept this safe. This was a mistake. But might as well pop a Cinder Orb down somewhere over here, I guess. And I guess we just get one trial out of this. I really regret doing that. I was too focused on trying to do what I'd normally do to try and win a game that I forgot about what the correct call was there. So here, if they leave us with this alive, we're in a great spot. But here we can take 6 damage on that. But we have now got Crash. So I was considering what I wanted to do, because I could either go for Astra and then you deal with Crash with that respect and just use double activation, or go with Zax and try and pull things in to touch more units. I wanted to go with Astra just to try out the optimal scenario. Oh, I haven't ended my turn. I was wondering why the AI wasn't doing anything. It turns out I hadn't ended my turn. You can tell it's pretty late when I'm recording this. Currently pretty late in the evening. Okay, so if they do go for Tlali, I'm going to be slightly sad, but we'll just see if we can get some fun things out here. Okay, this is good for me. So this does put us at not being able to activate both in a turn, unfortunately, but we can just generate some Cinder with something next turn. Yeah, that's fine. This is also fine. So we're going to try this and see if we can poke things. Because I'm curious, if this attacks things in range, I also believe that we then can't use our attack on top of it. Ooh, we're touching 2 things. So wreck it should only be these, isn't it? Yeah, so we're just going to wreck it first and see if this just hits both of them. It does, so it does count as attacks, and we do get attacked back as well, which is very interesting here. So if we just move to say here. Get this nice and safe. Are we in melee range? I believe we are. So let's just check. Yeah, so we've got melee range there, which is perfect. We can hit this. Get the big attack in there. And now all we want to do is keep everything alive. So I think what I'm going to do is look at our leadership and probably place Taurian Guardian down. So this can't die normally, neither can this. But let's just be honest, we want to play with Crash more, so let's go keep Crash safe. Although I've just realised that I didn't deploy something that generates Cinder. This can just move back here. The whole point was I should have played something that generated Cinder so we can try the combo next turn, and now we're probably not able to. Which is a bit of an error, I will admit. So I think, but by the way that the ability functioned, I think we should be able to do that. We should be able to, like, rapid fire it. So we're just going to have to be super safe with this. I hope they miss. Okay, they do miss, that's good. We'll go for this another turn. Shrapnel, awkward. So what do we want to do here? We probably just want to block them into place. Stitchy not generating Cinder either is awkward. So let's just move everything. That noise. What was that? There's no reason to do Toner particularly, so we might as well go Crankbait, who can potentially help. Try and block these into place.
Where are the refreshments?
I guess we move back. Move back here?
Look, leader lead.
I don't really know.
Teaching the troops about
Okay, so we still have some Cinder. So nothing can refresh really. So what we can do actually, we can hit this. Oops. Into the breach here. And then move this back out into this direction.
Have you seen the key?
We can obviously just hit this, I guess. Give them more things to hit at. Make it harder for them to hit our thing. I don't think that was touching. Okay, so we now should have enough things, if this survives, to do what we want to do. They could pull this and actually kill it using that and Detonia, and that would be really disappointing, but... Okay, so I think the AI had a moment there. Okay, so what I'm going to do... We should have, yeah, five Cinders is what we wanted. So we're going to pull this in close. And we're going to just try everything out that we want to do. So, we're going to Battle Frenzy here. Ooh, scrolling a little fast there. Move into range of both of these. And then, I mean, we're going to hit our own unit, who cares? We're going to wreck it. Okay, let's see how this goes. Hang on, was that 8? I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, because we hadn't hit that before, so that's 8 damage. It didn't do an animation for it, which is a bit odd, but... Funnily enough... Shrapnel's actually very awkward here. Okay, I actually think the correct thing to do is move in here. Oh, this is going to blow this up, isn't it? Yeah. And then move up here. We can just poke this. We can into the breach. Get this attack again. Oh, we didn't do our normal attack. We could have actually killed them this turn. Because we didn't do a normal attack. Oh my goodness. This gets out of control fast. I'm genuinely concerned as to how quickly that like ran through us there. Let's just block them in with a couple of things. We don't have any other ways of moving. We'll just grow Cinder to block something in as well. That's a huge amount of damage. Maybe this is too quick, because that's... Just, okay, let me think about this from the base. For 4 Cinder, it starts out with 3. So you can deal 3/3, so 3 twice. This is huge damage. So I'm just going to do one last test on this. We're going to move
Be fierce and
this up here, get the battle frenzy going,
show them your moves.
move over here, and we're going to wreck it. And I believe this should do 10 damage. Oh my god. Crash is insane.
Day has become
That is so much damage to throw out. Absolutely tons. Okay, I'm sold. Crash might be one of the coolest units we've seen so far. I really, really hope that's how it carries on working, but that seems like so much damage with just a couple of activations. Because at that point, we gave it pummel, we attacked it, possibly everything around it then, for 10 damage, and then we get a normal attack as well. Crash is going to scale so quickly to get the end game. Honestly, that was awesome. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching this. Hopefully you're excited to play Crash like I am. I want to know what your best looking combo is that you've seen so far. How are you going to make the best use of Crash? I can't wait to see this in action. I'm really curious as to whether the 7 leadership cost is going to be a difficult part of that, but I can't wait to see if it makes it into any rosters. So thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, or go ahead and support over on the Patreon. No matter what you do, it's really, really appreciated. But most importantly,